Have you ever looked into the eyes of a creature that has forgotten what kindness feels like? That's exactly what happened the day we met Titan. His name wasn't Titan back then. He didn't have a name at all. He was just number 73 at the overcrowded shelter, a skeletal pitbull with ribs you could count from across the room and eyes that held nothing but emptiness. I wasn't planning to adopt that day. My family had discussed getting a dog for months, but we hadn't made a final decision. Then I saw him, curled in the corner of a cold concrete kennel, shaking despite the warm afternoon, every bone visible beneath his dull, patchy coat. The shelter volunteer told me his story in a voice heavy with sadness. He'd been found chained to a fence in an abandoned lot, left without food or water for what they estimated was weeks. When animal control arrived, he was too weak to even stand. But here's what broke me. Even in that condition, even after everything humans had done to him, when the volunteer opened his kennel, he tried to wag his tail. It was barely a movement, just a tiny tremor, but it was there. Hope, somehow, still flickered inside him. If you're watching Titan's story and haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. Not for us, but for him and every rescue animal waiting for their second chance. Your support means everything. We need voices like yours in this community. I called my wife immediately. "I found him," I said. "I found our dog!" She arrived 30 minutes later with our two kids, Emma and Lucas. The moment they saw him, I watched my daughter's eyes fill with tears. "Dad, we have to help him," she whispered. Lucas, only 7 years old, knelt down beside the kennel and said softly, "It's okay, buddy. You're going to be okay now." The first week was harder than I'd imagined. Titan couldn't walk more than a few steps without collapsing. His legs, weakened from malnutrition, simply couldn't support him. We carried him outside to relieve himself, carried him to his water bowl, carried him everywhere. The vet's examination revealed the extent of the damage. Severe malnutrition, dehydration, kennel cough, ear infections in both ears, intestinal parasites, and a heart murmur. The vet looked at us seriously and said, "This is going to be expensive, time-consuming, and emotionally exhausting. Are you sure you want to take this on?" My wife didn't hesitate. "He's already ours," she said simply. We set up a comfortable bed in our living room so Titan wouldn't have to climb stairs. For the first 3 days, he barely moved from it. He'd watch us with those uncertain eyes as we went about our daily routines, as if waiting for the moment we'd change our minds and send him back. Emma spent hours lying beside him, reading her books aloud, her small hand resting gently on his side. Lucas brought him his favorite stuffed animals, carefully arranging them around Titan's bed like protective guardians. Feeding time revealed another challenge. Titan would eat so frantically, so desperately, that he'd make himself sick. The vet explained it was a survival instinct from his time of starvation. His body didn't trust that food would come again, so he tried to consume everything at once. We had to feed him small portions 6 times a day, waiting patiently as he learned that food was no longer scarce, that he was safe now. The transformation didn't happen overnight. It happened in tiny, beautiful moments that built upon each other like stones, creating a bridge from his old life to his new one. The first breakthrough came 2 weeks in. I was sitting on the couch, and Titan slowly, cautiously, lifted his head from his bed. He looked at me for a long moment, then took 3 shaky steps forward and rested his head on my knee. I didn't move. I barely breathed. I just sat there, my hand hovering above his head, waiting for permission. After what felt like an eternity, he leaned into my palm. That's when I cried. By week 4, Titan had gained 8 pounds. His ribs were still visible, but less prominent. His coat, treated for mange and parasites, started showing patches of the beautiful brindle pattern hidden beneath the damage. And something else changed. His tail started wagging more frequently, more confidently. The trembling reduced. He began meeting our eyes instead of looking away in fear. Emma and Lucas became his constant companions. They'd sit with him during his medications, praising him gently as he swallowed the pills we hid in peanut butter. They learned to read his body language, understanding when he needed space and when he craved attention. I watched my children develop a depth of empathy I didn't know was possible for kids their age. Month 2 brought a moment I'll never forget. We were in the backyard, and Lucas was throwing a tennis ball without much enthusiasm, not really expecting Titan to chase it. But then, something remarkable happened. Titan stood up, watched the ball arc through the air, and suddenly, instinct overtook fear. He ran. Actually ran. Not the painful, struggling steps we'd seen before, but a real run. Ears flapping, mouth open in what I swear was a smile. He brought the ball back to Lucas and dropped it at his feet. My son looked up at me with pure joy radiating from his face. "Dad, did you see? He played! Titan actually played!" That's when we knew. He wasn't just surviving anymore. He was living. But the journey wasn't without setbacks. 3 months in, Titan developed a severe skin infection that required daily medicated baths and antibiotics. The vet bills piled up. Some nights, lying in bed, my wife and I would look at each other, exhausted and worried about finances. But then we'd hear Titan's gentle snoring from the living room, or we'd remember the way Emma had fallen asleep with her arm draped over him that evening, and we knew we'd made the right choice. Every penny, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt was worth it. The physical healing was visible, but the emotional healing took longer. Loud noises would send him into panic. The sight of a chain or rope would make him cower and shake. Men with deep voices terrified him initially. I spent months speaking to him in soft tones, moving slowly, proving with every action that I was different from whoever had hurt him before. Trust, we learned, cannot be rushed. It must be earned, one gentle moment at a time. By month 6, Titan had gained 35 pounds of healthy weight. His coat gleamed with the shine of proper nutrition and care. The heart murmur, miraculously, had diminished significantly. Our vet called it one of the most remarkable recoveries she'd witnessed in her 20-year career. But the most beautiful change wasn't physical. It was trust. Titan began following me from room to room, not out of fear, but out of choice. He'd rest his massive head on the couch beside me while I worked. He'd greet me at the door with full-body wiggles when I came home. He'd sleep at the foot of our bed, his presence a comforting weight in the darkness. He'd become, in every sense that mattered, a member of our family. Emma taught him tricks, not because she needed him to perform, but because she loved seeing the pride in his eyes when he succeeded. Sit, stay, shake. Each command learned was another brick in the foundation of his confidence. Lucas made him obstacle courses in the backyard, laughing with delight as Titan clumsily navigated them, his coordination improving with each attempt. Today, Titan weighs a healthy 75 pounds of pure muscle and affection. His coat is magnificent, his eyes bright with intelligence and love. But more than that, he's happy. Genuinely, beautifully happy. He still has quirks from his past. He hoards toys in his bed, arranging them carefully as if afraid they'll be taken away. But he sleeps deeply now, runs freely, plays enthusiastically, and loves unconditionally.